Today, let's talk about how to migrate your VM from anywhere to Microsoft Hyper-V using Cirrus Migrate Cloud. First, if you don't already know, Cirrus Migrate Cloud is a patented solution created to help customers move data from anywhere to anywhere with intelligently minimized workload disruption. Compute Migration is a migration feature specifically designed to migrate not just your data, but also your entire operating system and applications from one platform to another. We will demonstrate migrating from VMware to Hyper-V. Let's first walk through how CMC does it. Here's our production VMware environment. We will deploy Cirrus Migrate Cloud on your Linux and Windows hosts. Even though they are VMware VMs in this demo, they can be a physical server or a virtual machine from any hypervisors. Then we will also install CMC for Windows on our Hyper-V host. Once they are installed on both the migration source and destination, Cirrus Migrate Cloud will automatically establish a host-to-host direct connection between the two environments. We will also automatically provision new Hyper-V disks that match your source volumes. CMC will do all the work, and data will be migrated to the newly allocated storage accordingly. When you are ready to cut over, CMC will create a Hyper-V VM with right-sized CPU, memory, and other system and network settings. And it will also shut down the source VM and power up the new Hyper-V VM with all migrated VHDX attached. Let's see this in action. For this demo, we have a Windows VMware virtual machine with a 40 GB boot drive and a 1 GB data drive. We will migrate this VM to Hyper-V, and here is the Hyper-V environment we will be migrating to. It is a Windows server with Hyper-V role enabled. Go to Cirrus Data Cloud and deploy Cirrus Migrate Cloud on your host. Copy and paste the Windows or Linux installation command in the shell, and CMC will install and register to Cirrus Data Cloud all by itself. Then also install CMC for Windows on the Hyper-V host using the same exact command. Now, we are ready to migrate. Normally, we will come here to create migration sessions manually. You can still do that. But with Cirrus Data's data mobility as code automation platform, Migrate Ops, we will be able to set up our operation and complete all tasks with just one click. Migrate Ops is a purpose-built data mobility as code automation platform that is designed to make data migration in enterprise scale easier, safer, and more predictable. We are ready to create our migration operation. Click on Start New Operation, and this will open up an editor window where we can enter the configuration. Like many other industry-standard automation tools, this configuration is in YAML syntax. You are recommended to build the configuration with usual coding practices, but you can also create this using our configuration builder in the Cirrus Data Cloud UI. After selecting a recipe, all configuration fields related to that recipe will appear. For this demo, we already have a YAML file prepared. Yes, that's all you need to migrate from VMware to Hyper-V using CMC. We have many more customization options if needed, but we will talk more about that later. Here, we are providing an operation name and the recipe that we are using, our source host's name, our destination Hyper-V's name, and an IP address to establish the H2H connection so that all secure data transfers stay within your four walls. There are many more customizable options that we haven't used. For example, you can specify the directory to store your VM, the CPU, and the memory size. You can also specify the switch name to be connected to, VLAN ID, MAC address, and additional network adapters for the VM. But all these specifications are optional. To learn more, please see our configuration references. And of course, other typical migration parameters like IQoS, which is a purpose-built feature that intelligently minimizes the impact of migration, allowing CMC to migrate as fast as possible without impacting production I/O. Note that this is just for one host. You can add as many hosts as you want into your configuration, but for now, let's keep it simple and submit this configuration for this demo. Our YAML file is now pasted into the configuration editor window. Unless the scheduled start time field is specified in the configuration, the operation will start right away. Let's do that. The operation will now execute and proceed. You can monitor the progress with the detailed messages. All necessary steps needed to migrate our host and workload to Hyper-V will be shown here, such as validating our Hyper-V system, networks, and configurations, validating our compute configurations. Just like here, we have efficiently identified the CPU and memory needed. automatically creating the host-to-host connection between the source and Hyper-V, based on the connection address we provided in the YAML file, identifying the destination and auto-provision new Hyper-V disks. Moving on, we can see that a step with the label approval required shows up. Critical tasks, such as a migration cutover in a Migrate Ops recipe, require user approval before execution. In this case, approval is required, where you can also set up a future approval window to precisely control the time of cutover. Let's go ahead and approve the task. The operation has now continued to proceed with cutover. Migrate Ops will complete the data synchronization, create a new Hyper-V VM, attach the migrated disks to our new VM, and power on our Hyper-V VM to conclude the operation. The operation has been completed. We can now head to our destination Hyper-V environment to validate it. Our new VM is booted up with all migrated disks attached. The entire server has been migrated to Hyper-V successfully. In this demonstration, we have deployed CMC, built a Migrate Ops configuration via YAML, completed a migration operation seamlessly, where we have migrated our entire server to Hyper-V non-disruptively until cutover, attached all migrated disks to our new Hyper-V VM, allowed CMC to automatically prepare our host and configure compute, network, and storage environment in Hyper-V, all with just one click. If you would like to use more advanced features, such as zero downtime cutover, please check out other video demos on our YouTube channel or visit our customer center for the most updated KB articles available on this topic.